what race you are. But how would you prove it if someone disagreed with you? The fact is, even though race drives a lot of social and political outcomes, race isn't real. One of the first people to attempt to categorize humans according to race was a German scientist around 1776. He came up with 5 different groups according to physical appearance and geographic origin of their ancestors. Americans of European descent eagerly bought into this type of thinking around the same time. Some historians have said the idea that there were different races helped them resolve the contradiction between a natural right to freedom and the fact of slavery. If whites were their own distinct category, then they could feel a lot better about denying freedom to people who they labeled Black and decided were fundamentally different. But as political priorities change, definitions of race in America adjust right along with them. For example, if you were of Mexican birth or ancestry in the United States in 1929, you were considered white. Then the 1930 census changed that to non-white to limit immigration. Later, when the US needed to increase its labor force during World War II, these people were switched back to white. And what it took to be Black once varied so wildly throughout the country, from 1/4 to 1/16 to the infamous 1 drop of African ancestry, that people could actually change races just by crossing state lines. Then suddenly in 2000, the government decided that Americans could be more than one race and added a multiracial category to the census.
Yo. Yeah, I just want to say welcome back to another long-awaited Unbiased Review. It's been a while since I do a review, and I think this one is way overdue. So yeah, I'm going to do an unbiased review on whether or not race is biological, scientific, or is it just a social concept. You know, this one is gonna stir up a lot of controversy. You know, probably gonna have a lot of backlash, but it's all good. I'm doing it in the name of science, in the name of being scientifically accurate and honest. So despite how people are gonna take this one, I'm gonna go ahead and do what I need to do in the name of science and put this myth to rest that race is biological, that race have any grounding in science, because it's not. It's completely a social concept, and it's not even a morally just or morally right social concept. It was created to literally subjugate and dehumanize other human being. It wasn't created for the best or the better welfare of other human being. It was created with the opposite in mind. So for people to still be fighting to make race scientifically real or scientifically grounded, to me is completely silly. Just say silly. I'm not gonna say stupid or pseudo. It's just silly, you know, especially for Black people to be fighting to prolong the pseudo-scientific theory of race. That to me is just, yeah, that's just wild. So we're gonna go a little bit more in the video. As you see, race wasn't created because of any biological observation, any scientific finding. It was created by people who were more invested in religion and in controlling other people, in power and religion, than in true knowledge, than in any historical or scientific fact regarding race. So for people to still trying to prolong this many race theory, you're literally contributing to pseudoscience. And you might have alternative reason why you're doing so. For anyone that's doing so, you know, You might have reason because of your own personal experiences with other people. You might have political or financial reasoning because there is, I guess, money to be gained from people hating other people. There's always money in hate and war. There might be other reason, people just don't want to accept the reality that they are connected and associated and related to every other human being on earth. We are all related. If you want to call it humanist, call it humanist. If you want to call it we are the world, call it we are the world. Every human being alive today is related in some way or the other. The difference comes in geographical regions that we grew up in. It comes in cultural differences, and it comes in our ethnic differences, which is a result of geographic and cultural. But when it comes to science, when it comes to the biological makeup of us as human beings, we are all the same, despite how you want to look at it. We are all one human species, not five different human species, all one human species, Homo sapiens sapien. And that's it. Race is a social construct that has value in the world, still has value, because it helps us to shape our social reality from back then in historical times until now in present time. Our economy, uh, uh, our countries, our borders, our ethnic group, you know, our culture, our religion, race, and how we look at race all has a part to play in it. So it's no one is saying to get rid of race. I know that's the only thing certain people hear when they hear race is not scientific or biological. The first thing they hear is race is not real, get rid of it. No one is saying that. What we are saying is accept it and use it in its proper context. Not everything is scientific and biological. The Bible is neither scientific nor biological, nor historical. Likewise is race. Race is not scientific, it's not historic, it's not biological. It's not scientific and it's not biological. It has value in our social understanding of each other. That's it. But I'm gonna play more video.
This has left many Americans scratching their heads when it comes to selecting. In 2000, the government decided.
And no surprise, it would have left many Americans scratching their head. Because when it comes to race, they're the ones who are always scratching their head.
That Americans could be more than one race and added a multiracial category to the census. This has left many Americans scratching their heads when it comes to selecting who they are. As many as 6.2% of census respondents selected some other race in the 2010 survey. The idea that someone might look one way and identify another way, or that they might be really hard to place in a racial category, is not new. This is why there was a public debate about whether MSNBC's
Yeah, and I know a lot of people is gonna fight it because they really want race to be biological. And as I said, it's not for any scientific reason. They have their own alternative reason, and I guess they're free to fight their fight. But to me, it's not a good fight. It's not worth fighting. It's not worth it. Leave it as it is. Use it in its proper context. Race, it won't go anywhere. It's gonna be here for a long time, but it will never be scientific and it will never be biological. Just like many other agenda that they try to push, that they're still pushing on us, trying to misconstrue what is biological. They're doing it with gender. They're doing it with race. Certain things should be should remain in its proper context. Race is not biological, and it just will never be. I have a next video that I want to share a little bit of it. It's with a Jamaican called White Yardy. Shout out to White Yardy. You know, Jamaicans really, really love your comedy. I think Caribbean people and a lot of people overall really love your comedy. You know, so people who do not know, White Yardy is a white Jamaican, real Jamaican, not a fake Jamaican, a real Jamaican, but he's a white person. You know, goes by the name White Yardy. He was on Jesse Lee Peterson's show. I didn't even know Jesse Lee Peterson goes into stuff like this or even interview Caribbean people, especially like a Jamaican person, you know. And the reason why I'm playing it too is because a lot of people do not really understand why Jamaicans doesn't share their same outrage when it comes to racism and racial issue in America. You know, I'm talking about Black Americans. They usually question why Caribbean people, when they come to America, do not share this just blatant outrage towards other people from other ethnic groups, you know. And the reason why we don't really share that anger and outrage, especially towards white people or non-black people, is because in our country, for instance, in Jamaica, we're used to seeing every race of people: white, black, Indians, Chinese, Filipinos, Middle Eastern people. We're used to seeing every race of people, not in the abundance, like they're not the majority. You know, we know that black people are the majority, especially in Jamaica. In other country, it might split between blacks and Indians, or blacks and Hispanic, or in some cases even blacks and Native Americans. But in Jamaica, we're used to seeing other races of people. So, and our relationship with those people is completely different than a Black American relationship with, say, white people or non-Black people, Latino people, or whatever. You know, it's usually, and I'm not gonna say usually because I'm not from America. I don't live in America. I don't even know what you guys do over there. But from what is portrayed on the media, you guys are always in turmoil, always in some bickering with other races of people. And in our country, we don't share those experiences. We do not want to share those experiences. You know, we do not want to be acting in Jamaica as if white people is oppressing us, as if Indians are oppressing us and Chinese are oppressing us, and we need to boycott them, and we need to make it the them versus us kind of thing. We don't share those experiences in our country. And yes, we are happy that we don't share those experiences, you know. So when we come to foreign countries, when we come overseas, it's hard for us to know, or it's disingenuous for us to now start to spew hate and racism towards other ethnic group of people that are not black, just because of the fact that they don't look like us or they don't behave like us. We're used to people not looking like us and not behaving like us, and we still respect them and they still respect us. I don't Our social education, our social standard, it's so profound, you know, like, and this is not a bragging thing. But when it comes to our how we socialize with other people, I think we're very intelligent in those areas where we can get along with other people. Do not feel insecure about our identity. Do not have to hide or belittle our culture in the presence of other people. We can get along with anyone as Jamaican and shine and still shine. Our culture is still at the forefront. Our identity is unmistakable. And doing so, we did not have to insult nobody. We did not have to belittle or belittle our fellow black brothers and sisters to feel better or to feel superior. We can do so while showing off who we are as Jamaican. And we can do so in Alaska, we can do so in Russia, we can do so in South America, we can do so in North America, we can do so in Africa, we can do so in China. All over the world, you will know that we are Jamaicans. You will know that, yeah man, I'm a Jamaican, real born Jamaican. And doing so, we're only expressing love and appreciation for other people and showing off our culture. Because we think our culture is the best. And we don't have to put down nobody to show that off. And by the end of the day, the whole entire world will be dancing to our music, will be licking their fingers to our jerk chickens, will be wearing Clarks. The entire world will be emanating our culture and showing appreciation for it. And we will be laughing, chilling, and saying, yeah, man, everything Irie. Because that's what it's supposed to be. And that's what makes us Jamaican. And we will never change that for nobody. We will get along with everyone, but we will not be a racist to get along with people. We will not. To me, that's Jamaican. If I see a Jamaican acting like a racist asshole, he's belittling himself to fit in. And who you're trying to fit in with can't even own their own identity. So why should I belittle myself? Why should I drop my standard of humanity to fit in with other people who do not even have a standard of humanity, who do not even understand or can't even show you their identity? They're confused about their own identity. So Jamaican people, do not belittle yourself to fit in. Do not lower your standards to fit in. You know, we are culturally and socially intelligent enough to be black, to be African without disrespecting other people. We can do that. We have been doing that. That's who we are. That's how the world knows us. You know, you won't find a more Pan-African group of people in North America than the Rastafarians of Jamaica. You won't find a more blackity black group of people in North America than the dreadlock wearing, weed smoking Rastafarian men and women of Jamaica. And in the most hardcore Rastafarian camp, you will find other races of people having a good time, respecting our culture and we respecting their culture. And no one have to disrespect each other. And those people they're preaching about Africa. They're talking about Africa. They're dressing African. Everything about them is black, black, black. And doing so, they did not have to disrespect nobody. That's what it means to be Jamaican. And that's who we are going to continue to be. That is why when the rest of the world is underwater, we are floating. We are scuba diving. We are surfing. Because we know how to show love without losing ourselves. And you know why? I said it over and over. We have a confidence, and that confidence is to know that We are not afraid of nobody. And as a Jamaican, just to know that we are not afraid of nobody, it gives you a confidence that puts you on top of the world. So you never have to feel insecure. Whether you're broke, whether you're rich, whether you're mixed, whether you're pure black, whether you're half black, you never have to feel insecure once you're a Jamaican. We're the baddest thing, and we're the most loving. Simultaneously, we are the baddest thing, and we are the most loving. And that's who we should continue to be. We should never change for nobody else. Nobody. We should never change for no black group. We should never change for no white group. Continue to be who we are. We will love other races of people because we grew up amongst other races of people, and we never had these negative experiences that other people have. Other people from other countries, from other first world countries, I will be very understandable of your experience. But I won't pretend as if we shared those experiences. I won't pretend as if I now have to be acting like you because we want to be friends. Nope, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Because I would be denying my culture. I would be denying my people. And I would not be genuine and honest as a human being. So I'm gonna play a little White Yachty and Jesse Lee Peterson. Because you know Jesse Lee, he's a very controversial person, and he's gonna ask and say this kind of stuff that I guess most Black Americans want to hear. Let me just give a disclaimer for YouTube. Fair use for educational purposes. I truly and honestly believe that these videos need to get a lot more exposure for educational purposes so people can understand other people's culture. Spreading cultural intelligence will reduce hate, war, discrimination, and negative commentary on YouTube. So I only use these videos for educational purposes, as my channel, as my videos are called, Unbiased Reviews.
Why not? Because I would want you to tell me the truth. Yeah. If I'm here trying to tell you the truth, but you still not listen. I've been here trying to tell you the truth. Yeah. I told you, man, something happened to you 30 years ago. Something happened to you, man. What's her name? Tell me her name.
I overcame anger 30 years ago.
Yeah?
Yeah, no anger.
Was it over a woman?
No, it was over me not being at peace.
Yeah.
I didn't like happiness. Happiness came and go.
Yeah.
I wanted peace. God said that we should have peace.
Yeah.
Not happiness. Happiness is of the devil. Peace is of God. I wanted peace. And he said we can have peace on earth, right?
Yeah.
Each individual can have it.
Have peace upon earth. Yeah.
So I wanted that while I live and not wait until I die.
Yeah.
And so I overcame the anger. When I overcame the anger, peace came, and it's been amazing.
Yeah.
It's been mind-blowing.
Yeah.
A lot of things have happened, but it doesn't interfere with my peace at all.
Okay.
So I want to be happy within. I want to have
happy. You're peaceful. If you're peaceful, I'm happy for you.
And
man.
You can have it too.
I am. I'm good.
Let me ask you something. I saw when you said coming from Jamaica, I believe. I may word it wrong. I don't remember exactly how you said it. Being Jamaican and sounding black is like being half white and half black. And you imagine that because mixed kids kind of catch it rough too. They don't fit in.
Oh, mixed race people.
Yeah, mixed race.
So basically what I'm saying is that what you're saying is that the fact that I'm white, but I sound how I sound, I get it. I understand why people of mixed parents, such as if he was a black and white parent.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done in a list view.
I can relate because at times they don't know where they fit in either, because they have a white side of the family and they have a black side of the family. But a lot of the time, what happens is that they tend to be more accepted by the black side of the family than the white side of the family. And that's why I say I can relate to them, because with me, it's almost like in the UK, I am more embraced and loved by the black people more than the white people. So that's why I say I can relate to what they go through. It's actually a joke when I put it together. It's a reality, but I do say it on stage as well to express how it is. And that's me saying that that's why black people are nice people. They are loving people because they will accept you. Of course they are, man.
What?
Come on, man. Yeah.
Oh, not here though.
Why not? But you see the thing, you have evil everywhere. Angry. You have evil everywhere.
Right.
You have white people that are evil. Yeah. You have black people that are evil. Right. You have Asian people.
That's why I told you it's not racism.
Yeah, but there's evil everywhere. Yeah, there is evil everywhere. And there's bad people everywhere. There's rich people everywhere. There's poor people everywhere. In every race, there is a segment of that. So it's not directly black people.
That's what I tell you. It's not about racism. No such thing as racism.
Do black people like you?
No.
Okay.
Some do, but most don't.
Why not?
Because they think I'm trying to be white.
Are you?
They call me Uncle Tom and all that.
They call you Uncle Tom?
Because I won't be into the black thing. I just want people to be right. I want people to treat each other with love the way I was raised, right?
Yeah.
And the blacks, not all, but most don't like that. They want to hate. They want to blame. They want to they want to be victims. And we shouldn't be victims in life.
Okay.
We should be free. But let me ask. Yeah. So you say your wife is white, right?
She's mixed race. She's got a few Jamaican, Bayesian, English, and another Eastern European country.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's Lithuania. So she's mixed.
That sounds like the United Nations.
Sounds like a proper mix, like the whole the parents all met at the airport, going different flights. I'm connected, but yeah.
And so in America, they accuse white people of trying to, when they think that whites are trying to act black and wear braids and all that, they accuse them of cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Have you ever been accused of cultural appropriation?
Every day of my life.
Really?
Every day of my life. It comes across, and it goes back down to lack of education. And for me, there's a difference with culture appreciation and culture appropriation. Now, the thing about it is, you can appreciate somebody else's culture if you want to.
Right.
You can enjoy someone else's culture. You understand what I mean? Like, you can, if you want to cook Caribbean food, you can cook Caribbean food.
Right.
You don't have to be from the Caribbean to cook the food. If you learn to cook it the right way, you can cook it and enjoy it. If you enjoy it, that's what you like. You like that. You understand what I mean? Now, the problem is, I feel like when you have people who take something from someone else's culture and almost try to make it theirs, like, I am this person, I am the one, it's me, then that is a bit more of culture appropriation, because now you're taking something from somebody else's culture for yourself to gain from it, and they're not getting nothing from it.
But don't you think it's silly for people to be fighting over culture? If somebody want to eat greens and ham hock and they white and they like,
oh yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There's a different level. Yeah, there's a different level. There's a different level. But when you go to like hairstyles, for me personally, if somebody has a hairstyle, you have a hairstyle.
Right.
It shouldn't really matter if that's from this or that.
Right.
It's a hairstyle.
Yeah,
as long as you're not insulting the people who are, as they say, insulting them or making fun of their culture while doing these things, then I don't see no problem with it.
Why are most people so easily insulted?
Because we're living in a sensitive world these days as well. You have to understand. As a comedian, I know we're living in a sensitive world.
And why is that though? Hasn't always been that way.
Why? Only these people can tell you that. It's too much rules and regulations these days on everything that you can do and can't do.
So, I know, huh?
Yeah.
So being a comedian, are you concerned about that?
No, because what I've learned over the years is to make sure that when I perform, I tailor my stuff to myself. So I talk about myself or I talk about my family. So the only people I can upset are them. Their family. So
you don't do black jokes on stage or anything like that?
No. I just talk about white people. No one. Yeah, and so I mean. So over time, like I went to school, so I know I learned history about Jamaica. So yeah, it's not that we stand out. Like no one treated me any different being there.
Oh, I got
Put it this way, nobody ever told me to go back home. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So in Jamaica, do the black people like the white people? Because over here, the black people hate the whites over here. Right?
Yeah.
Do they hate them over there too?
Yeah.
So your father and mother white?
Yeah.
And growing up in Jamaica, were your family the only white family in Jamaica?
No, that's what people feel like. Jamaica is crazy. Like you can meet Chinese Jamaicans, really? Indian Jamaicans. Yeah, there's so many different types there. Don't get me wrong, we are of a minority there. We're not of the mass. You understand what I mean? Right. We are a minority, but they're there because the history is there with Jamaica, where like the original Jamaicans are more Indian people, which are like the Arawaks from long time ago. So even black people are not originally from Jamaica. White people, no one. Yeah, and so I mean, so over time, like I went to school there, so I know I learned history about Jamaica. So yeah, it's not that we stand out. Like no one treated me any different being there.
Oh, I got
Put it this way, nobody ever told me to go back home. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So in Jamaica, do the black people like the white people? Because over here, the black people hate the whites over here. Right?
Yeah.
Do they hate them over there too?
I tell people this and they think I joke. I only knew about racism when I left Jamaica.
Really?
I only knew about it because it's not there. Like we are loving people, man. Jamaican people, like Bob Marley said, one love. You know what I mean? It literally is. We
so
don't
really.
Black
people over there are loving people.
Yeah, man. We love everybody. Everybody loves each other. You know, we get along. We all see each other as equals because the Jamaican motto is out of many one people. So you know what I mean? We're one people at the end of the day. So we stick together.
Interesting. So the races over there are not divided as they are here.
Nah. No way.
Really?
Yeah.
And so when you went to Europe, England, the races over there are divided, right?
Yeah, we see that. That is evident there. You can see it.
And was that surprising to you?
Yeah, like
you didn't grow up that way.
Yeah, it was surprising to me because I didn't experience it in my lifetime. Do you understand what I mean? Like it's like in England, you it's very big over there. Like it does.
So there you have it. White Yardie is a white Jamaican, and he's giving you his own experience that growing up in Jamaica, he had never felt different. No one ever asked him where you're from, go back home. And he never knew, well, when we say, when as Jamaica, when we say we never knew racism until we leave Jamaica, we're not saying that we were ignorant of what racism is, or we're ignorant that racism exists in the world. That's not what we're saying. We're saying that we did not have experience with racism. We did not wake up, go outside, and experience racism. We did not walk to the store, go to school, go inside the bank, go on a public transit, and experience racism. We did not. That's not our reality. But when we leave Jamaica and come overseas, that quickly became our reality. You know, and even for him as a white guy going to England, he's going to realize that things are a little bit different over there. People look at race a little bit different over there. you know. So it's hard and it's unfair and it's disingenuous for people to expect Caribbean people to just come to America or Canada or England and fall in line with this racist march that's going on. You got to know, pick a side, and you got to know, hate white people, or you got to know, hate black people. And that's how it is now. That's not our experiences. You know, that's not our experiences. And if we're going to do that, I'm telling you, we're not doing it honestly and genuinely. We're not. People who are doing that are doing it to fit in. And that doesn't mean we don't have our identity. We don't understand the different ethnic group. That's a white person telling you that he understands that he was a minority in Jamaica. Yet still, it wasn't an issue of superiority or who's superior. Or it's not it wasn't a hierarchical thing. It was just a population number. That's all it was. Over here, it's the same on paper. It's a population number, but we all know on the sub level there is a state of superiority that goes with it. So being a minority in a foreign country is not the same as being a minority in Jamaica. Completely different thing. You know, so we understand all of that. But our experience back home is different from over here. You know, it's different. And that is why you see a lot of time you will see Jamaican getting along and doing fine with or amongst other people. And you will find that homegrown black people can't really do that. They don't feel comfortable in themselves doing that. They feel like a coon. They feel like a sellout. They feel like a Uncle Tom because their own people is going to put these labels on them. So their own people restrict them to pretty much restrict them to the hood. If you dare leave the hood to better yourself, you became a coon or an Uncle Tom or a sellout. In Jamaica, it's not like that. You are free to go anywhere you want to go. And we understand and we know you will never, it's almost impossible for you to lose your identity. We can send a Jamaican to Alaska, and in 10 years' time, he's going to come back more Jamaican than he left. We're confident of that. So we're not afraid when our people branches out. When our people branches out, we say, yep, more jerk chicken gonna sell, more oxtail is gonna sell, more beef patty is gonna sell, because we're introducing more people to our culture. That's how we look at it. Why other people can't look at it that way and move that way? Why y'all limit yourself and restrict yourself to the fucking ghetto, dodging bullets, stepping over needles? Why? We ain't gonna come to America and restrict ourselves to the hood because we're black. We'll be dumb. We would have to tattoo stupid on our forehead. You would have to see big stupid in bold letter, bold Arial italic tattooed on our forehead said stupid nigga. If you think we're gonna come to America and restrict ourselves to the ghetto because we can't move around freely. We can't elevate ourselves, because if we do, we're going to be classed all sort of names. That's for you guys. That's for FBAs. That's not for us. Y'all restrict yourself to your little block, and y'all be comfortable in your little shell. Do not expect Africans or Caribbeans to be restricted based on your ideology of race and racism. That's not for us. That's for you. We're good. We're gonna do what we do.
It's happened a lot, you know what I mean? Like, just like here in the USA, it's big over here as well. And they are racist people, and they make you know they're racist. They're not scared to make you know they're racist. I get a lot of look certain ways because of how I speak. And people, especially white people, sometimes they look at me like, yo, you're trying to be something you're not. You're not that person.
Wow.
You're one of them, and rare this, whatever. And you know what I mean? And it's like, I'm just being me at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I fall into getting abused. I don't suffer the racism because I'm not black. I don't get that, but I get abused for.
They think you're trying to be black.
Exactly. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, man.
And so how do you?
It's the same thing on the other side, the same thing on the black side. You do not fall in line with the racism. They think you're trying to be white. It's the same thing. He does not fit the typical FWA, foundational white American cracker ass KKK culture. So they ostracize him because he has a black accent. He has a Jamaican accent, and he refused to fall in line with the racism. It's the same thing. If black people refuse to fall in line with the racism, you have foundational black American that is gonna make them known that they're a coon, they're a this, they're trying to be white, they're whitewashed. No, we're just not. We refuse to give in to racism. That's it. Just put it that way. We refuse to play y'all silly ass game. Y'all been playing that game for 200 years. Where did it get you? Where did it get you? Nowhere. We refuse to play that game. We will continue to play soccer. Y'all play football. Y'all run around with the ball in your hand and call it football. As I said, you ain't gonna see no Jamaican with stupid tattoo in their forehead. You're not gonna see it.
When you first ran into that, how did you deal with it? When you saw that the races were divided and they thought you were acting black, how did you handle that?
Well, you see the thing, there's a few different ways because I feel like some people are not racist, but they don't know how to address things. So like for instance, if I'm describing you and somebody says, I'm saying, oh, where's Jesse? And I'm like, oh, he's over there. And there's loads of people out there. I mean, say, oh, it's the black guy.
Right.
It's very simple.
Right.
Some people feel like just saying the word black is wrong. And they don't know if they're allowed to say like black boy, black girl. They don't. You are allowed to say the word black. The problem is some of them use this term colored.
This game, you're not ready for it.
Right.
That's racist.
That's crazy.
And I've heard that before, and I had to pull somebody up because I used to, when I was working with a delivery company one time, and my colleague went in before me. He was a black guy. He got the paperwork signed. No, I left the paperwork on the table. He signed it. Then my colleague took it. So when I came back in with the parcel, I said, "Oh, did you sign the paperwork?" He said, "Yeah." The color guy took it, and I was like, "No, you don't say color. The black guy took it. you or my colleague took it. You don't need to. You understand what I mean?" So some of them are just ignorant. I believe it's a lack of intelligence when people are racist.
Yeah, so I think I'm at my 45 minutes. You know, I didn't really go over 45 minutes still, but yeah, I think we get the drift. You know, the first video, the debunking the myth of race is not scientific, or yeah, the first video about the showing that race is not scientific. You could catch that video from a YouTuber called VOX. You could see the full video there. And this one, I think it's the person who does this video with Jesse Lee Peterson and White Yardy is in the description. You could continue. You could see the full video on their page. I think I've reached my 45 minutes. That's it. And let the rumble begin, I guess. Anyone wants it can get it. You know, you want to debate that race is biological, race is scientific. I'm here for it. I'll debate that on any platform. You choose a time and you choose a date. I'm ready for it. The cultural war I don't think that's a debate. You know, no one can debate me for being Jamaican, just like I ain't gonna debate you for being you. BFBA all you want, you know. And yeah, that's it. If you want that heat, if you think race is biological, if you can prove that race is scientific, bring it. Bring it. You must have something that no other credible scientists have. And we will be enlightened to see it. Definitely, we will be enlightened to see it because it's unknown in the world of science. There is no race gene, find me the black or the white or the Chinese chromosome, and we could done it right there. So yeah, get you on the next Unbiased review. I'm pretty sure that will be a good one also. Peace, and I'm out.